What's up, guys? I'm Nick. This is my channel on Motorco. It has been about 9 months since the last time I uploaded, and a lot has changed since then. A lot's been going on. I'm sorry that there's been such a delay in content, and the 110 that video's just getting scratched. I'll probably just delete that first video that's on the channel now. It just kind of got lost in everything that was going on. I got a new job now, and I travel a lot for work. So I'm home for longer periods of time, so I have more time to kind of film and do content, but less consistently, if that makes sense. So we're actually going to be switching gears back to the quad. I know for me not being a quad guy, which I'm not a quad guy like at all, a lot of you probably know that. Quads really aren't my thing, but it's pretty much all that's been on my channel so far. This new space is a little bit more condensed, so you're going to see a lot more stuff that you probably haven't seen before that I have, like the car. It's right there next to the quad, you guys can see it. It is there. I am sick, so I probably won't do a whole lot of talking in this video. This is the pile of parts that I got to go on the quad to just finish it off, just get it done. And then once the quad's done, I really want to switch gears to my car and really focus on that thing, because that thing has been sitting neglected forever now. I've kind of been putting my efforts towards like the four-wheeler, and there was another project that I got about halfway through, and then I got shipped off, and I was literally gone away from home for 2 months. Ended up just selling that to my buddy. So all that content went to scratch. There was a whole lot of content around that just kind of went to scratch. Probably a bad choice on my part, but it's life. I'm just trying to keep moving. Yeah, so let's get this quad finished up. First thing here is the set of graphics. I don't really want to reveal these yet, but I kind of want this to be the first thing I do, because I really want to see them on the quad. And I think it makes sense to do this first before the other stuff. So yeah, I guess let's jump right into it. I'm not going to show you guys these yet. I don't want to, you probably can see a little bit, but I don't want you to see too much of it. So first thing I gotta do, I gotta clean the quad a little bit. That thing is dusty and dirty. Another thing too, excuse the mess. Like I said, this all kind of happened so fast, and this space is a lot more condensed than what I used to have. Like, as you'll be able to see, like my welding cable, I kind of push it out of the way when I'm not using it. I got a little plasma cable over here, kind of same deal. The welder outlet is right here on the other one. So all this stuff kind of has to be in that area to reach it without an extension cord. So as I'm using stuff, like I'll move that plasma cable and just bring the welding cable over there, if that makes sense. This is my main box. You guys have seen this. I added the lockers onto the side of it, which definitely worth the money. I had a lot of tools and cases like this. It just kind of gives you a place to organize all that stuff. I don't remember, I had to flip one of these doors. I think it was this one. That's what I did. It worked pretty good. I tried my best, but it catches down on the bottom. I'll try to do something or something. You can see, just kind of knob the gap up here. I think this is the door that I switched because of that. This one operates a lot smoother. Unless this is the one I switched, and that's how it operates better. I don't know. One of these doors actually fly. So that's fine. I'm sick, so my brain is kind of not really working. So yeah, let's keep going on this. Actually, slight change of plans. I'm just gonna kind of give you a little tour of what I got going on here. so that it's not a surprise when I turn the camera around. So this is my car. It's a 2010 Mazda Speed 3. I started wrapping it. This was a bunch of stuff that I filmed. Ended up changing my mind. We're not wrapping it anymore, so I'm just gonna reveal this. I actually unwrapped a lot of it. The wrapping is relatively DIY friendly. Like, it turned out really good for the most part. There's just like spots like this. And then the door handles, I really struggled with. Trying to wrap those. So I decided I'm gonna paint it. I already have the paint. It's just, got some stuff I need to do yet, and then get it to a body shop. I'm not gonna paint it myself because I want it to turn out nice. This was also a bunch of content I filmed. I used to have a quick release steering wheel in here, and I ended up going away with that and got this steering wheel, but that all kind of got scratched. I had to move so quick, and everything just happened so fast that this is where we're at. I don't remember where that piece went. This is kind of like a half install. That wheel's not even tight, but yeah, that's besides the point. Just wanted to show that to you guys. There will be more details on this later and with what's coming next for it, but this is the wheeler. This is kind of the open bay to work on things. Got a bunch of stuff stuffed over here. Air compressor, the other wheels for my quad, whatnot, just kind of junk, jack stands, 2 bending dies, drum oil, the DeWalt batteries, the computer. That is not where I edit, by the way. That's my eBay computer. This is the welding bench setup. Real messy. We got a long ways to go. Old pictures up on the wall. That's my big bike, and then that's my 110. If you don't know, I'm a welder by trade, so I got some of my old helmets hung up there. Got the Lego collection. I actually have more than this, but this is just all I have for out here. I kind of regret having this like in my shop because it got so filthy, but it is what it is. Old number plates, some cars. This is my main box. We already kind of went over this. Kind of know what that's all about. This is my Hobart 210 MVP, I believe it is. Or no. Oh, it's a multi-handler 200. Okay, so I don't even know what welder I got. This is my MIG welder. It does have the option for DC TIG and DC stick as well. And then this is my TIG welder, which has AC capabilities for both TIG and stick. A lot of people don't know you can actually run Hobart 7018s on AC, and a lot of people think it's weird, but you can run those rods on AC and they actually run surprisingly well. This is my Langmuir Systems Crossfire. It has a water table, and this is how cold it is in the garage. The water table is actually frozen. This is my little box. Kind of just got stuffed in it. This is my old box. The pack out. So yeah, that kind of concludes the tour. Let's get cracking on this thing because I want to get it done. Oh my gosh, my back is starting to hurt just thinking about it. Oh my gosh. Oh, it kills me when I'm not sick. It kills me even more right now. Oh. Oh, yeah. I tried turning that at an angle, hoping it. You guys have a better view. I guess we'll just leave it at that. I'm gonna wipe this thing down. And we'll get going on some graphics. We gotta peel all these old stickers off. I should actually do that first. Alright, I wanted to just pop in here quick and apologize for the heater noise that comes and goes throughout the video. And then while I'm peeling these stickers off, it kind of goes from like none of the stickers being off to all of them being off. That's because my dad came out and helped me, and him were just kind of hanging out and talking, so I cut the camera. Alrighty, that is all the graphics off. My dad ended up coming out and helping a little bit. My fingernails were not fingernailing enough to scrape them stickers up. Let's give this thing a quick wipe with some, I don't know what I'm going to use yet, but just get all that dust off, and then we can start throwing the new graphics on. Gave everything a quick wipe, good enough for me. Alrighty, so my brain is telling me to start with the hardest piece first. I don't know why. There's another way it's supposed to go over there. Is it? Oh, that's dumb. That's dumb. I literally put these right behind the fender. I thought for sure they'd be like up in here more like that when designing them, but the ODI, the ODI got done dirty. That's alright. It'll be fine. I'm not going to start with that, I'm scared. Alright, let's start with this piece. This piece seems a little more my speed. Nice. Nice. Okay, so. Knees. Nice. That is the first piece on. There's like a little something behind that one. It's not a bubble, but it looks like a bubble, but there's just something back there. Got a vinyl applicator. I like to wrap these in a microfiber so you don't scratch up the graphics. Just like that. Just like that, just scratch through the microfiber. So we're gonna fold this microfiber and double it up a little bit. I promise I kinda sorta know what I'm doing. Now I'm gonna have to start adding heat because there's kind of a weird curve here. All that laid really nice about heat though. There's one thing with graphics, you don't need as much heat as you think. There's people that like wrap these like cars. The reason you use so much heat when you're wrapping a car is because you're actually trying to stretch the vinyl. This, you're not trying to stretch it because you'll start distorting your graphics. So you actually kind of want to lay them on where they sit, and the only time you want to use heat is in scenarios like this where you got to start kind of getting it to shrink and form to that curvature. Or like here, you could have used heat to stretch it a little bit to get it down in that crevasse, but mine actually pressed right in there real nice, and it kind of pulled this vinyl off this corner a little bit. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a professional rapper by any means or anything, so don't listen to a word I say. Or do. Your choice. Now it seems like it's kind of coming off that edge real aggressive, so I might peel that back and try to get it to follow that edge if I can. I'm not going to be able to get it to follow that edge any better, so we're just going to play where it lies. Another thing too with me having that bracket scooted back to the Kickstarter, and it's kind of holding this fender at a different shape than what it normally would be, that might throw some of this curvature off, and that's probably why it's not fitting very well. I guess we'll see when we get to the other side. Poop. Poop. So now I got a really aggressive crease here. There's a couple of imperfections in there, but good enough for what it is. Oh geez, I was just stepping on that. Whoopsies.
geez, the hexagons don't line up. Fudge. I wasn't paying attention to that. Alright, hold on. Reset. Redo. I need to pay closer attention to that, because that will drive me nuts. Alright, that helps my OCD a little bit. But now this black line doesn't really line up. But I'd rather have these line up the best I can. That makes them plastics look super gross under there. That fresh white against that. Come in with a little bit of heat. Seals everything down. Melts it into all those scratches on the plastics. These graphics will never come off. These graphics are really thick. It's really hard to get to cooperate with this stuff. With these curvatures. Alright. Let's attempt that lower piece there now. I think I have the confidence now. I kind of want to take the front plastics off. I feel like I should. It's just going to get better access there. Now we just gotta kind of force it something out of here. Just like so. And we'll just tip her up like that. That gives us free reign in there. Alright. This one's for all marbles. My head's gonna be right in the way on this one. I'm trying to think where I can get you guys here. Kinda. Where I'm not gonna be right in front of you the whole time. Try that. Hopefully you can see. Alrighty, so here we are. I got this side done under there, and then I got this pop back down. So now we can continue on with doing the front, and then we'll do this side, and then we'll do these pieces last, because that is the money maker. Not sure why it says Enduro right here. That was not in my proof anywhere or anything. Must have been an error. On the printer or something? where those hexagons don't meet up, that is going to drive me absolutely nuts. Wow. When I designed the kit on the site, which these are from Motocow, if you guys are wondering, it's like the only site I found that made graphics for these that I could completely customize and put my own logos on, but that bothers me. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side quick, and then we're gonna get on to installing the rest of the stuff. I honestly don't know how I feel about the hexagons. I mean, I was just trying to get a little red incorporated into the graphics because I got like the red frame and the red ribs on the seat. Originally, I kind of had it designed to just all be black and white like this, and then I tried some different things with the hexagons and ended up landing on this. Having the hexagons out on the fenders was just way too much, so I just condensed it down. Kind of went for that OE look with the Yamaha, but this is Yamaha instead of Yamaha. I was just bored. Had way too much time to design these graphics. But again, don't know why it says Enduro right here. That was nothing I did. But there it is. I like this. This is like my favorite part right here. The hexagons with everything Motorco, little Yamaha logo. That looks nice. Cannot stand this. This is gonna drive me nuts that these hexagons don't line up. But is what it is. Got her all on anyway. Kind of wish there was something, you know, there's a lot of scratches here. Kind of wish there was a little graphics piece that went there or something. Here's the dark side. And here's the slightly less dark side with slightly better lighting. Lighting's kind of garbage in here, but we'll figure it out as we go. But yeah, there she is. Graphics on the Yamaha. Alright, on to the next. Next up on the agenda, we got this box right here, which they have really heavy banding on it, but this box weighs nothing. I don't know why they banded it, but and here we have a brand spanking new bumper. Look at that unit. This actually wasn't too badly priced. It was only like 79 bucks. I don't know, I feel like pretty good bang for the buck. It is Alba Racing. It's the same brand as the rear wheels I have for it. Those beadlocks. So let's get this tossed on, and then I got number plates. I don't know how those are gonna fit or mount on here, but we'll figure that out. There is something rattling around inside this bumper, which I don't really like, but is what it is. Alright, I gotta find some bolts. there is the front bumper on. Alright, so next up, I got a number plate for the front here. And I was kind of looking at my options of doing like this. But that just looks weird from a distance, or this. What I'm going to do, this little center plate comes out. I'm going to take this plate out. And I'm going to trace it onto here and cut this number plate to fit. And then I think I'm actually going to turn it sideways and then cut that shape out. And then I should be able to make this fit on there like that. So that's what I'm going to do. Now we got that plate out. We can use this as a template for the number plate. Alright, got our number plate and our template. Fresh razor blade in this. All four sides scored. Now I gotta turn that, connect these quarters. There's the rough shape. Now I'm gonna just take it to the belt sander around these corners, make it match up exactly with that. Then we can put our sticker on here, cut it to fit, figure out where our holes gotta go, and then drill holes. And then I'm gonna just leave this plate back there. Probably don't have to, but I'm just gonna leave that plate back there behind it. Bolt through it. Good enough for me. Take a knife blade, cut all these little burrs off. Most of them just pull off like that. And then we're ready to rock. Come over here and get the sticker. I have this one that I thought, if need be, would work. Otherwise, I do have a bigger one here somewhere. Otherwise, I have this full-size one for like putting on a full-size number plate. I just don't know. We might lose some of our 2 and some of our 8, which would be fine, I guess. Otherwise, this one would literally fit on there without any trimming. I just feel like then it doesn't cover that number plate very well. So it'd be like there. Let's try this one because it's going to be a little bit bigger then. The numbers are going to be a little bit bigger. I feel like that's just a little too small to put on the front there. So, grab a knife. Lay that right up top there. Oops. Just like that. Good enough. Nice little number plate there. That'll do. And then looking at this plate, you can tell like there was a bolt there, bolt there, bolt there, and bolt there. So I'm gonna lay it the way it goes behind. I'm gonna lay it in front, and then mark those out and drill them. And there is that finished up. It looks really high, but like, maybe put something here, a sticker of some sort. But there's that on there. It's about as good as it's gonna get. I'd rather have that than like a full plate hanging down there. I think that looks a lot better. Same with sideways. I don't know, that at least keeps kind of main bumper piece seen. Pretty decent. Just in case it didn't say it on here enough already. Just in case. Alright, next step. Gotta flip this thing up again. Oh, thank goodness I got this fancy bumper now. Oh my gosh. Oh, it still hurts though. Oh my gosh. Alright. Why is that coolanty? Anyway, moving on with this unit on its back, we can start working on the next thing, which is this big beautiful skid plate. Really the only reason I got the skid plate was for putting it on like a dirt bike stand like I have been, because the dirt bike stand's got to be placed just right to hit these tabs and this bar. So with this skid plate, it'll be a lot easier to do that. And it's already got these GYTR skid plates on the A-arms, so I figured why not. How did this thing? Way up there. Nice. That'll just sit in there like that. And then this drain plug hole won't line up at all. And we'll be golden. I'm almost tempted to drill a hole for the drain plug. Cross that bridge when we get to it. And then of course my choice of bumper under wraps this. Doesn't really want to work out. So, first order of business is going to be cutting that front smooth off. So, I'm going to have to cut I'm going to just cut right at this brake line and see if that will give us enough room. Maybe. Where'd that piece go? Oh, it just folded over. Gotcha.
Not enough.
Phase 2. Oh, yes. Oh, geez. Slide right past the bumper. Alrighty. SD card ran out of room, so I had to grab a new one.
Ended up having to cut this skid plate short because of my bumper that wouldn't fit here. So it is what it is. So it's gonna go like that, just like that, and I had to cut that 90 off. Make it work.
Alright, now for the last and final piece. Pieces, I should say. It's dark back here. Alright, I'm going to spin the whole quad around so there's better lighting. So next up, I got a fresh rear bumper. That's the reason I saved it for last, because I knew I was going to tip it up like that to put that skid plate on. So last up is rear bumper and then a rear number plate. Let's get cracking on that. Alright, out with the old. sideways? Do I go up and down? Definitely sideways. No, I didn't know this, but MotoCal is based in Ireland, I believe. And so when I ordered graphics, the number plate dimensions were in millimeters, and none of the options really matched what I needed, so they're not exactly right. But I'm gonna just line up the bottom edge and the two sides, and then cut a little bit off the top to get where I want to be. I'm just gonna take my knife blade and trace that line, and then that'll be our rear plate. And that is a wrap on this thing. That took way too long. Oh, it looks crooked. That looks crooked. Oh, that was fine. It's at least on there. Heck yeah.
Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Again, I'm sorry for not posting in the last 9 months or saying anything. No promises that it won't happen again. Right now, with the current situation, my goal is to just get this video out to let you guys know that I am still trying to do YouTube. It's just obviously I can't do it. I can't post regularly anymore. As much as I'd love to, work and having money to do this stuff is more important. Hopefully the next project will be car related stuff. I do have one other project that is ready to go, that I could get started on anytime now. So between the car and that, I think we'll be pretty set for a while. So that is a wrap on today's video. Thank you guys again for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Show the love and support. Also the criticism. Peace.